Now, the campaign train of the People's Democratic Party today headed northwest, with President Jonathan campaigning in Sokoto and Kebbi states in one day. At the palace of the Emir of Gwandu, His Royal Highness Ilyasu Bashar in Birnin, Kebbi, President Jonathan said he was committed to working with traditional rulers to create an enabling environment for the people to grow wealth, promising that Kebbi is at the heart of his administration's activities. President Jonathan asked for the people's votes, promising that the rice revolution in the state will be stepped up to stop the importation of the product into the country. The president was also at the palace of the Sultan, Alhaji Saad Abubakar III, in Sokoto, in continuation of the PDP's presidential campaign, where the Sultan called on the federal government to do everything within its power to ensure that no Nigerian of eligible age is disenfranchised. The Sultan told President Goodluck Jonathan that he might not vote in next month's general elections, as he is yet to collect his permanent voter's card. The traditional ruler expressed concerns that campaigns ahead of the general elections were taking religious colorations instead of being issue-based, and urged all candidates to embrace peace. He also cautioned their supporters against violence. Still on political campaigns, the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate, General Muhammadu Buhari, has promised to stop corruption and invest in education and agriculture if voted into office. He made this promise when his campaign train stopped in Minna, the Niger State capital, where the party also received defectors from other parties into the fold.
Their quest to woo more voters across the country continues as the presidential campaign train of the All Progressives Congress makes a stop at the Polo Ground in Minna, Niger State, where a lot of supporters and members of the APC turned out in their numbers in solidarity and support for the party. APC! As expected, the campaign train included the APC presidential candidate, General Muhammadu Buhari, his vice, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, APC national leader, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the governor of Rivers State, Chibuike Amechi, as well as other leaders of the party. They are here with one thing on their minds, and that is to ask for the votes of the people of this area in the forthcoming elections.
APC promise you in our manifesto sound education and free for that matter. We will even feed the child and the school 1 meal a day.
We ask you to please proceed to the stage.
While they solicit votes, they also welcome new members from the ruling People's Democratic Party. The APC governorship candidate in Niger State, Alhaji Abubakar Sani Bello, officially gets the party flag. The vice presidential candidate, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, asked the people to not only vote but defend their votes.
You must be there at the polling station until the results are announced. Don't go anywhere. You must defend your votes.
And the presidential candidate, General Muhammadu Buhari, who addressed the people in Hausa language, listed all that the party is bringing to the table.
If I am voted in, I will stop corruption, and anything we recover from these corrupt people, we will invest into education. We will equip the military and the police force. We will also give loans to farmers.
APC. And from Niger State, the APC train moved to Kaduna, northwest Nigeria, where General Buhari promised to provide employment, education, good health care, infrastructure, as well as tackle insecurity if voted in as president.
Mataimakin shugaban kasa a wannan zabe da za a yi in Allah yarda.
It's just a few weeks to the presidential election, and as the party continues to reach out to more voters in their campaigns, they say they are confident that the party will get the mandate to fulfill these promises.
Well, the 2015 presidential elections are just around the corner, and the candidates are reaching out to prominent Nigerians who can help them turn the tide on election day. One of these is the presidential flag bearer of the APC, General Muhammadu Buhari, who has paid a call to another military leader, General Ibrahim Babangida, in Niger State. The APC flag bearer says that his party is fielding a high caliber of individuals and goes on to thank General Babangida for the support and camaraderie he has enjoyed over the years. He assured him that Nigeria is on the verge of change. He adds that the APC is set to take over the state with the caliber of the candidates presented for various offices and the quality of those that decamped from the ruling PDP. It is a few weeks to the election, and the Nigeria Labour Congress says it is impressed with the way political parties have been able to mobilize the people. The NLC National Vice President, Isa Aremu, told journalists in Kaduna that the impressive campaigns of the two major political parties reminds Nigerians of the days of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, and the National Republican Convention, NRC. He, however, advises INEC to take advantage of the situation to ensure that the elections are free and fair.
We are excited about the democratic enthusiasm of Nigerians. In fact, for those of you who have knowledge of political history of Nigeria, the excitement for this election can be compared to excitement that we had in 1993, when the two major parties, the Social Democratic Party and the National Republican parties, were contesting for election. The level of mobilization has been very high. I think both the PDP and the APC, I think they are, they've done very well to mobilize the citizens for this election, and as well as other parties. We'd like to use this opportunity to call on National Electoral Commission, INEC, to reproduce the recent good work it has done in Ekiti and Osun, and reproduce it at the national level. Because the after election shows that once the process is clear, the products could take different forms. I have no doubt in my mind that 2015 general election will also be a success. It's what we have done before. In fact, Nigeria should be the one teaching others. So we should not be overcome with despair as if this thing will not happen. We've done it before, and I think we can do it again.
The Lagos State Governor, Babatunde Fashola, has called on Lagosians to take safety measures more seriously in order to avert unnecessary losses of life and property. The governor made this statement when he visited the site of the fire incident in the Iwaya axis of the state. Governor Fashola assured those affected that they will be adequately compensated, but warned that the state will no longer tolerate structures constructed without government approval.
Properties we can replace. So, as a government, we will do whatever we can to help you get on back with your lives. But let me say that we ourselves have to be careful the way we build, the way we organize ourselves in clusters, and this is why we always advise that you should come and take government approvals before you build anything, whether it is a permanent structure, whether it is a temporary structure. Take government approvals, because those approvals will help you set out the place properly, observe minimum safety rules, electrical connections, disposal of your wastewater. All of these things can become hazardous to your health if you do not do the right thing in the way that you build, in the way that you gather yourselves. So what I've been saying essentially is that we have a relief camp where those of you who have lost your shelter can go temporarily, where we have made arrangements for you to sleep until such a time as we can help you to get back on your feet in Agboa. This is part of what your government has done with your taxes. And during the period of transition in the camp, you will be fed breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the expense of the state. Those who need medical support will get it there. There are doctors there, and so on and so forth.
Governor Babatunde Fashola of Lagos State. When the News at 10 returns, African business leaders gather in Lagos to deliberate on ways to improve the lives of people on the continent. That's going to be on Business News. Do join us again.